Ladies and gentlemen, this is TVP World. You're watching another edition of Military Mind, bringing you news from the front lines. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. Overnight, the Russian army launched another drone attack over Ukrainian territory. Kyiv reported that Russian troops attacked the country with 58 drones, 30 of which were neutralized. Meanwhile, in Kyiv, at the residential building which partially collapsed after a Russian strike, the bodies of 6 more victims have been found, according to the State Emergency Service of Ukraine. In total, as of the morning of June 18th, 22 have been killed and 134 wounded in Kyiv in the aftermath of the strike carried out by Russia on the night of June 17th. Moving on to the Middle East, volleys of Iranian missiles were fired at Israel, concentrating on a central part of the country as well as the north. The Israeli Ministry of Health reported that 94 people have been treated for injuries from strikes and that the missile hits sparked several fires. Since Israel launched strikes on Iran last Friday, Tehran has responded with over 400 missiles and hundreds of drones fired at Israel, according to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office. The strikes have hit 40 sites across Israel, resulting in nearly 19,000 damage claims submitted to the authorities. So far, 24 people have been killed in Israel, and more than 800 have been wounded. At least 224 people have been killed in Iran since Friday, according to authorities in Tehran. Israel launched a wave of strikes on Iranian centrifuge and missile production sites involving more than 50 aircraft. The targeted sites were used to manufacture both surface-to-surface and surface-to-air missiles, the IDF has added. Israel also said that it had attacked a centrifuge production facility in Tehran in order to sit back Iran's nuclear weapons development program. Iranian news agencies are reporting that Israeli forces have struck the Imam Hussein University in eastern Tehran. The Times of Israel clarified that the educational institution is linked to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. In this opening clip, see artillery thunder in the Kramatorsk and Kupiansk areas and in the Serebransk forests, and not just with a festive fireworks display. Now, the guns of the Pomsta unit were not just firing away, they're blasting over time.
По готовності вогонь!
An air alert has been issued in the north of Israel. Residents of Tel Aviv and Haifa were urgently asked to evacuate. Iranian Armed Forces Chief Amir Mousavi warned of tough punitive operations against Israel. But at the same time, Tehran was subjected to powerful airstrikes with 60 Israeli aircraft attacking suspected missile launch sites. In our next clip, the crew of a Ukrainian MiG-29 seem to have decided that there are only two good Russian command posts, non-existent and destroyed. This time, the target was a command post near Oleshki in the Kherson region. And now it exists only in archives of the Russian Ministry of Defense and in the memory of those who managed to go out for a smoke. According to the Ukrainian Air Forces, the Russian command post was obliterated along with personnel, vehicles, as well as equipment. Two oil tankers, one of which belongs to Russia's shadow oil fleet, have collided in the Gulf of Oman. Sailing under the flags of Antigua and Barbuda, the oil tanker Adeline, which Ukraine has sanctioned as part of Russia's shadow fleet, is currently on fire in the Gulf of Oman after a collision with the front eagle flying a Liberian flag. According to Bloomberg, the incident took place 44 kilometers from the port of Harfaken in the UAE. According to the Emirates Coast Guard, 24 crew members of the Adeline were rescued. Details of the situation on the front eagle were not released. The incident has not yet been linked to the Iran-Israel conflict. Bloomberg received an alert from maritime security agency Vanguard Tech, according to which there's no reason to suspect criminal intent in the incident. The Ukrainian sky is getting methodically cleared out of Russian birds. Now, in just the last day, troops from the 1129th Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment have destroyed 9 Russian UAVs, including 4 Zala drones, 3 Gerber drones, 1 Orlan 10, and 1 Lancet. And if for someone these are just numbers, for the front line it means lives saved, ammunition depots protected, and another day with our artillery fire in the rear. And with that footage, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.